Hey guys, Chelsea from Attention to Details, and it is Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to everyone who's watching, and a thank you to all of the family and loved ones of military who have served, who are serving, those who have lost loved ones, who are protecting our country's freedom. Thank you that we get to do ridiculous things like this in a country where we are free to pursue our passions. So thank you guys. This is just a fun kind of video for me. I often see a lot of times people ask the difference, which product is best, which is gonna have the best longevity, easy application, things like that. So I thought I would do a fun video showing with you some of my more popular and favorite products to use. I will say this, bead maker I'm putting because it is a popular favorite of everyone, but I'm not a huge fan of it, just because of the fact that I've had issues with it attracting a lot of pollen, very staticky, and also it's not a very long product. It doesn't have a lot of chemical resistance and longevity. What we're gonna do, I've already polished this panel with Optimum Hyper Polish. I did a panel prep with Meguiar's Surface Prep to remove any polishing oils. I did a rinseless wash before all of that. So I mean, we've got a clean test panel. I just picked this up from a body shop for free. I know it's kind of a trunk and in a weird shape, so I've got my sawhorses up trying to kind of support it, so hopefully it doesn't drop on my foot or anything like that. But we're going to start off and apply each of these products as manufacturers would recommend that they be applied. And then what we're going to do, let these cure for 24 hours, possibly even longer, just because I have 3 details this week, so maybe Thursday, Friday, we'll see if we can get to it. Maybe Wednesday I'll get to it. So it'll have a full 24, 48 hours to cure. And then we're going to hit it with a hose, and we're going to see what kind of chemical durability we have. I think that's one of the biggest things that I look for out of a product is it going to have chemical durability? Because the majority of customers, let's face it, as much as we would love the fact that they would do a 2-bucket grid guard wash with a pH balanced soap, oftentimes they're just going to take it through a car wash. And so when I give them a product, I want to make sure that it's going to last however long I claim it's going to last. You may have a 12-month coating, but if they go through an automatic car wash, it's going to maybe only last 9 months or so. So I just try to give realistic expectations to my customers, but I also am looking for easy on, easy off. These products right here kind of all fit that bill when it comes to it. So we have Bead Maker, we have Colonite 845, a fantastic, durable, it's kind of a hybrid wax because it's got a sealant and a carnauba wax within it. Then we have more of a polymer sealant with Meguiar's Fast Finish. Turtle Wax Eye Seal and Shine, that seems to be kind of like the pinnacle that everyone compares all of their products to just because of its durability. So we're going to test that out. Then we have Cupion 2.0. This is at its standard dilution, which is like 20 to 1. So it's a very economical product, goes a long way. It's a ceramic sealant. And then we have McKee's 37, their 365 ceramic spray coating. And then we have a prosumer grade coating with DPC Shield Pro. And then we have a consumer grade product with OP ceramic coating. This is my first time playing with it. I'm going to be applying it to my own personal vehicle, but this will give me kind of a good test to see, how easy on, easy off, and then also how a prosumer and a consumer professional grade product kind of compare and can last to these other ones. I'm not necessarily trying to test any of these durability claims. This is just kind of a fun video for me to showcase to my customers, what is the difference in all of these products when you go from more of a wax to a sealant, to a ceramic sealant, to a ceramic spray coating, and then to a ceramic coating? What kind of levels of durability, gloss, shine are you going to expect? So let's get into it. I'm going to put you in a time lapse while I apply all of these. Not anything super fast, but it doesn't need to be a super long video. It's just applying as the manufacturer's directions state. We're going to go ahead and apply these and give these our full cure time. So let's get them on. Alright, hopefully you can hear me alright. I'm actually going to keep this in normal time. My neighbor always decides to mow when I do videos. It's okay. He's a great guy. I can appreciate that he takes care of his yard. So we're just going to come on here. Because these are such small spaces, I'm just going to do thorough applications. We're going to give that just a second to kind of set up. In fact, put it on quick. Does not want to stay. Alright, let's see. it does feel super slick. I'll give it that. I like to put my Colonite 845 in with a spray nozzle, so that way it's a little bit easier to apply. Let's turn it on. This is the first one. You want to make sure that you take it out and rinse it out. So you don't need a little bit goes a long way. You can see it's kind of more like your typical wax experience. You want to let that kind of haze up for a little bit, so we're going to let that sit for just a second. For the sake of video, we're going to keep moving. Now, fast finish, this is very easy to apply. What you do, prime your microfiber just like this. Wipe on, kind of let it flash. You can actually see a little bit of a rainbow effect going on. I don't know if you can see that. You can see a little bit of a rainbow effect going on. And then just come in, flip to the dry side. And just like that, super easy to remove. Now this has set up on us, so we're gonna go ahead. Of the three so far, this is definitely the slickest paint, for sure. In fact, my hand makes streaks on it. But the paint is super slick on the bead maker. So that's definitely a big pro. We're just gonna give these all one quick wipe. Don't worry, I'm flipping so I'm not cross-contaminating. Alright. We're gonna actually go fresh side. We're gonna keep moving. Got our turtle wax seal and shine. Just one spray is all we need. I'm gonna do our crisscross hatch. Kind of let that dry up a little bit. Now the Cupion 2.0, this is a unique application. I would actually apply this similar to a coating. But this is water activated. So we're gonna let that set up, and then we're gonna come in with a damp microfiber and just go over it with water and then dry it off again. In fact, let me grab my water bottle. Alright, so that one's done. Our seal and shine, we're going to come over and just kind of buff that off. Alright. Now for our spray coating, all of these I'm going to get an applicator and apply it the way that they recommend. Alright, so you can see we've got 3 different applicators here. Alright, do that one there. Alright, we're going to let that set up. So that's our spray coating. Our DPC Shield Pro. We're actually going to use our small one here. I only need a little bit because it's such a small panel. Hopefully you guys can see that all right. You can see our Shield Pro is already flashed. So we're gonna come in here and just level. Very easy. Flip to, this is a new microfiber. Gonna come in here and just buff off. Alright. And then here we have our OP coating. This is a professional grade product. What's fantastic about this, it comes with a 7-year legal and compliant warranty that can go on the customer's Carfax. And the application couldn't be easier. So we're just gonna come in here. I'm just gonna do a few drops. Gonna let that sit for a minute. And the work time on this is ridiculously long. You can almost do half of your vehicle at one time, so it's gonna speed up the process. But essentially you'll start to see the product, the solvent carrier that is carrying the SIO product is gonna actually start to sweat and flash off of the coating. And that's when you know it's ready to go. Which, that's what's happening now. You can actually see like almost the sweating come to the surface. I did it very thin. We're just gonna let that sit. Imagine that you are working panel by panel, applying this. Let me see if I can bring you in closer. Right in here you can see it. It's actually like starting to sweat up on itself. And that's the solvent carrier actually like being repelled from the coating. So hopefully you can see that all right. It's a very forgiving, user-friendly product. We're just gonna go ahead and buff off. All right, so all of these products have been applied, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna label all of our tape so that way we know. We're gonna let these cure for 48 hours, and then we'll come back and do some hydrophobic tests and some durability tests. So we'll see you in 2 days. Alright guys, it's raining, and pulled this out. We are 3 days after applying all of these waxes, sealants, spray coatings, ceramic coatings, and I just dried it off with a auto fiber dreadnought just to try to get some of the, I've been playing with it just to kind of see what some of our water activity looks like. And I have to tell you guys, so you can see here, of the waxes and sealants that a lot of people will recommend, the Turtle Wax Seal and Shine definitely repels water the fastest. This is before me hitting it with any sort of soaps. This is just straight up water. You can see, now I'm at a downward angle, alright, because of the way that this is mounted. You can see the water's going to be kind of pulled backwards, but this is a kind of a good test for a lot of your, let's say your lower, door panels, how water is going to perform. But you can see how a majority of them they do either sheet or bead. Bead maker, from what I understood, is supposed to have really tight beads, and I actually went a little heavy with it, but I also didn't do multiple coats or things like that. It was just one coat, spray on, let haze a little bit, buff off. Sealant A45 was just standard application. Meguiar's Fast Finish, you can see, is sheeting, and then we've got Turtle Wax Seal and Shine here right where I'm spraying, and you can see how it has insane hydrophobics. If we just kind of flush the panel, you can see what's going on. Fast Finish is practically dry by the time it's all said and done. It's not anything that's like super satisfying, but if you're wanting to kind of avoid water spots, that's a cool feature to have. Again, we're on a downward tilt. If I were to have it laying, upright, it might be a different story. Now we get over here to our ceramics, our ceramic sealant, ceramic spray coating, and our ceramic coatings. We've got our Cupion 2.0 that I'm spraying right here. It's beading nicely. The McKee's 365 spray coating, that is more of a sheeter. Their new ceramic coatings are sheeting versus beading. It's going to help prevent water spots for a lot of the drivers. And then we have DPC Shield Pro. And guys, I gotta tell you, I am impressed with this for a prosumer grade product. Watch how the water just doesn't want to stick to it. And it is beading more than sheeting. And then we have OP coating, which is more of a sheeting coating, and I like that. You can see if I flush both panels, we've got a lot of a different, water performance out of the two, but that's because they're designed entirely different. It doesn't mean that one is greater than the other. One is just going to have less risk of water spots. And I honestly prefer this because the number one issue with ceramic coatings is going to be water spots. But if you top DPC Shield Pro with Kingsguard, I believe it kind of helps change the water behavior. But I just wanted to show you guys this up close. A lot of manufacturers will tell you avoid hitting any sort of coatings with soap and water for 3 to 7 days. So we're just at that 3-day mark. I feel comfortable with water alone at this point. I don't want to do like huge torture tests, but I wanted to show you guys a difference in just water behavior. You can see which ones are sheeting versus beading. If you have a preference, this is going to kind of give you a gauge. Bead maker, again, not super impressed by it. Once I hit it with water, it's grabby. It doesn't have that slick feeling that everyone, raves about when they first apply it. And you can kind of even see where my hand is kind of rubbing up against it. Sealant A45, it's doing a good job of just kind of repelling the water. Meguiar's Fast Finish, it almost sheets 100% dry. Then we've got Turtle Wax Seal and Shine, which is kind of the staple that everyone, compares a lot of these products to. You can see it's holding up nicely, really great tight beads. Coupon 2.0. That is a very easy to apply ceramic sealant along with the 365 spray coating. You can see sheeting, beading. And then over here we've got our prosumer grade ceramic coating and a professional ceramic coating. And just look how quickly the water is repelled off of that surface. Boom. That's cool. Alright, so I just wanted to give you guys a little bit more of a closer look at our water behavior. We're going to give this a few more days to cure. You know, if you have a coating and it gets wet, you know, it's not going to kill it. This is 3 days after, but we don't necessarily want to hit it with soap and water right yet because it's still curing. These two products over here, and quite potentially even these two, the ceramic sealant and the ceramic spray coating. So these ones I would say are potentially fully cured. You know, this is what you're going to get. Not saying that either one is greater, but I don't want to do any sort of torture tests before these are fully cured according to manufacturer's recommendations. But if you get caught in the rain, you can see it's still going to hold up. It's not going to compromise it. We're going to go ahead, dry these off, pull them inside, and then in a few days we'll do our soap torture tests. Alright, we'll see you in a few days.